Wow.
Wow. Podcast starts now.
Woo!
And guess what? I did that wrong. Let's take it from the top. Live show starts now. The one thing Sam said to me was, so we're doing live show starts now. I said, correct. Correctamundo, amigo.
Why would I need to ask that?
Why would you need to tell me that?
First of all, how's everyone doing?
Yeah, what's up? You guys, I just want to say your city has had such an amazing effect on the world globally and politically, and it is an honor to be here celebrating your achievements tonight.
Congrats to us all.
Congrats to us all. Congrats on the TikTok ban. You guys did that.
You did that. We
did that. We are not going back.
I can't wait.
We're really pro TikTok ban on this pod. Is it because we've never quite cracked it? Maybe.
No, that's not why.
That's not why.
No, that couldn't be it. It's just because we love Instagram Reels so much.
Yeah.
I have no hate for TikTok. I just love Instagram.
Yeah, we just think Mark Zuckerberg's like a better entrepreneur, and he deserves the success more than whatever that other guy's name is.
Plus, his makeover is awesome.
Yeah, wait, that's coming up later, but we're so pro Mark Zuckerberg's makeover. He looks so fucking hot, you guys. I wish he was here.
I learned something kind of groundbreaking today.
What?
George has met Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep. Better believe it.
Isn't that weird? Yes. A resounding yes.
What
was the context?
What was the Thank you for asking.
We have a context queen in the house.
Get this.
We have a context diva.
Get this, diva. I worked at Facebook.
He's one of you.
Over a decade ago.
Back when Facebook was still punk.
Back when Facebook was still punk. And the big controversy my first week. Let me know if you remember this. I know this is a Gen Z/Gen Alpha crowd. The big controversy my first week there was the emotional contagion study, which is when they gave some people negative content and some people positive content without asking for their consent, and then they saw how that affected them. Doesn't that seem so quaint? Can you imagine? That was like a month-long media cycle. Now they're murdering people. Anyway.
So how did they respond in the office? What was the vibe like?
Well, I walked in and I said, no more of that.
Enough is enough.
And they made me VP of Emotion. So that happened. So that's happening tomorrow. TikTok is going blank.
It's on Sunday.
Whatever. I'm on New York time. It's after midnight for me. And then Monday we have the inauguration. So again, congrats you guys.
You guys, congrats
on
everybody.
all of that. It's going really well. What else was on our minds?
It's funny because I still want to dig into this TikTok thing a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it. Go.
Is anyone here sad about it?
Okay.
Is anyone here happy about it?
Yeah. The hell? I thought this was a tech town. You guys have moved on. You guys are TikTok is so, it's so, I feel like here they already have a different AI, VR, hologram app that they're all doing.
George, I think I have to tell you something.
Tell me.
So what I was about to say was that that was a very divisive response. And I realized something today that I think you guys will resonate with you all. When someone says, at least I sparked a conversation, they've lost the argument. When someone says, well, I've created a dialogue, that means they've made 0 points. I'm kind of obsessed with it as well, good or bad, we're speaking.
Yeah, good or bad, San Francisco is a land of contrasts, sort of.
And I find that to be so, so powerful. So it's that TikTok thing, I was wow, no one can say we didn't start a conversation tonight.
But don't you think that's the MO? That is what social media is. It's well, they're all talking. That's when Mark Zuckerberg is at the congressional hearings answering questions, they're Are they murdering? He's like, yeah, but they're talking.
I love that we're a tech podcast.
Yeah, we're a tech podcast, and everyone loves it. Wait, we also wanted to talk about how this is so far the worst year ever. Thoughts? How's everyone's year? Is anyone's year off to a good start?
Oh.
Yes?
The context diva.
Oh. But I'm so shocked that the context diva has had a good year because I feel like it's not a good year for context. Do you guys think 2025 is good for do you think context is in or out in 2025?
Out.
Out?
Out.
But here's the thing. To me, the peak of no context was Kamala is Brat. And so now I think the fact that people rejected that means there's hunger for context, but people don't know where to look. So they're like, him? Like, you know?
I think no matter what, no matter who wins the election, at least we're talking about context.
And by the way, yeah, we're still talking about the election as if it hasn't happened. It'll happen when we say it does. They haven't finished counting the votes.
You guys, seriously, if we all get on our phones right now, we can
get
change
out
the results.
And vote. Who's voting late? Do you guys vote late? So, okay, 2025, we were literally recently actually having a conversation about what is one good thing that happened in 2025, and you famously said, I've been sleeping well.
Spilled. I have been sleeping so incredibly well. Start to finish.
Oh, wow. What else? There was one more thing. Oh, no. All right. What? Context Queen?
Context Queen says what?
Context Diva says what?
New insult just dropped.
Wow. Damn. I like the idea of Context Diva being potentially even a government position that you can be elected to. She's running for Context Diva. She was comptroller, so she would be pretty good at it.
She's just used to context and things being in or out of it. So
yeah, wait, this is actually kind of a big idea, I think. Context Diva? How localized are we thinking?
Well, I think we need the one on the state and national level.
No, 100%, because here's the thing. Sometimes, you'll get Kamala talking, you'll get Trump talking. There's no context. We need someone to come out. She's wearing a pinstripe suit. She's a lesbian, yes. And she opens a book.
I think it's an amazing idea. I mean, I do think calling, essentially we have context divas already, and they're called historians.
Sure.
But I guess that is like so. I hear historian, and I'm like,
no. Yeah, you know what else I do that for? Journalists, like context. Like who's academic? Are you kidding me?
I'd rather jump off a cliff. But when I hear context diva, I'm like, work.
But here's the thing. I'm almost like, it ruins it if she is elected democratically, not to be anti-democracy. But it's like, guess who else is elected democratically? All the other losers that she's in charge of keeping track of.
Well, there will be no ethics in the context diva industry.
Yeah.
I think what it should be. Is this good?
Excuse me. Yes. Go ahead.
I think the context diva should be more of a spiritual position.
Well, of course.
I think it should almost be in churches.
All right. And I think,
I think when you're speaking, like, say, like, the Spirit takes you, you can be context diva.
Oh.
You can be like, actually, it was like this in the 70s.
Oh, I see. Well, here's the real darkness of all of this. Guess what democratized being a context diva? TikTok. You open TikTok, you open one of these social media apps, folks. Everyone thinks they're a context diva these days. So much so, there's so much context that we exist without any context.
We're being overly contextualized.
Maybe the issue all along wasn't that we lacked context. It was that we had too much context and not enough content.
George, can I be completely honest with you? That was context diva.
Fuck.
Suddenly I saw.
Because here's the thing.
KT Tunstall, original context diva.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm scared, actually.
Content creators. All right, get ready. Content creators What are they actually doing? Just commentating. They're not creating anything original. So they're actually context creators. What content creators are doing are taking existing content and saying, in the 90s, Kate Moss walked in this runway and then she did this and that. That's not content. They're actually just creating context. So all we're doing is we have a pre-existing content, no new content is being made, and we're just recontextualizing it based on everyone's weird little biases.
George?
Context diva, I totally agree with.
Thank you, context diva.
I'm like
The OG.
George, you're scaring people.
This is crazy.
There was a moment when it really felt fire and brimstone.
Do you feel like I'm making a point?
That felt accusatory.
No, not at all. I genuinely can't tell.
I think you are making a point. It's just it's getting complicated because
Okay.
I think we're forgetting that we're at a comedy show.
So this is a podcast about straight culture. And what usually happens is we'll think of different topics, and I guess you could say contextualize them based on whether they are straight or gay. Would you say that's correct?
I would say that's 100% correct. Context diva, is that correct?
Context diva, do you agree? Oh, she's not paying attention.
This has been notarized by the context diva.
I'm also a notary.
You're a notary?
Nuh-uh.
Oh my God, you are walking the walk, girl.
Well, that's crazy. Did everyone see that? That was insane. Not to be a bitch, but I called that out.
Yeah, no, you did.
That was crazy.
Sorry, I'm having such a difficult time because I just want to theorize context diva for another hour and a half, and I know that no one wants that. Okay, but keep going. So we each thought up some sort of straight topics, and we want to run them by you, and we want to maybe debate even with one another, and sort of talk through what's gay and what's straight that we're noticing in the world.
And I'll start.
Go.
I have something that I think is very straight, and it is having a sweet tooth.
This is interesting. This is interesting.
I think having a sweet tooth is extremely straight. Because
Go.
because the LGBTQ plus people, we have addictions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like commit to something.
It's like, ooh, I love chocolate. It's like my friend is on meth. When I hear ugh, I have such a sweet tooth, I'm like,
Yeah.
you are have you ever been out of the house?
Totally. Having a sweet tooth is like microdosing being bad.
Yeah. It's
Your
literally-
entire religion is, should we be bad?
Having a sweet tooth is being like, I shouldn't say it, but fuck.
Yeah, it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I literally couldn't think of something more humble,
Yeah.
something more I haven't been out of my home.
Yeah. Okay, having a sweet tooth.
But I have to give a little context.
Yeah, go.
This came to mind because I did hear a gay guy say it.
Well, of course. I mean, listen, on the other, to play devil's advocate, context diva, if you will, okay, that deserved an applause, but on the other side of things, no, too late. On the other side of things, there is something about having a sweet tooth that gives, gay guy adult living with his mom. She's asleep, he's going to the fridge. Don't you think?
100%. And I have to tell you, the context is that this guy he was a gay guy with a southern accent. So he would say, oh, I have such a sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, he said it while fully nude.
Of course. Right.
So that's important context.
There's something about being in the South that really brings out the horseshoe theory. Straight things become gay things become straight, sweet becomes savory. By the way, you know what is the gay equivalent of having a sweet tooth? Being like, I actually prefer savory.
Okay, drag my ass.
And also,
my favorite thing is to go, ugh, that's too sweet.
well, I was about to say, of course, the corollary of that is that's not too sweet, is it? When ordering a cocktail.
And guess what? Spoiler alert, it's going to be too sweet.
It's going to be too sweet.
It's going to go ahead and be too sweet.
Yeah. Okay.
So, George, do you have one?
Yes, I had one. Okay, so I was thinking, do you guys know Waymo is only here? You guys think it's normal, you're wrong.
You think it's normal, it's
You
not
think
normal.
it's normal? I'm sorry, I'm normal blue-blooded
Sure.
American I'm coming here straight off the bus. I see a car, there's no driver in it. I'm calling the police. And people trust this?
Does every time... Okay, this is a legitimate question. Everyone answer at the same time. When you get in one, are you like, okay.
Yeah, or are you literally like...
No, okay, you're like filming, everyone's filming. What's it gonna do?
Are you all creating content / context? So I got in my Waymo and I went to Sweet Maple for brunch. I got the Millionaire's Bacon because I heard it was really good. No, sorry, all my references are about 15 years old. Okay,
so you think Waymo...
I think Waymo, well, it's complicated. Here's the thing. I definitely think, obviously gay guys also are evil in their own way, but I think acting so much on the instinct to not want to talk to someone, specifically someone in customer service, because that's basically where it comes from. It's people that don't want to say one single word to their human-identified Uber driver.
Which, by the way, can be one of life's greatest pleasures.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
And we'll have you know, actually. Go ahead.
We were in a human-operated Uber today, and we were crushing.
We realized we were having a normal conversation in the back. At some point, we hear... we look at each other, we say, let's give this man a show.
I say, we got 10 more minutes on this thing, let's fucking go.
And then I was literally like, all right, what do I got? I read that Nelly is performing at the inauguration. I'm yelling. I'm really speaking for the back. I'm like, what is he gonna do, hotten her?
The man starts applauding.
Oh my God.
I mean...
So this is the thing. Straight people don't want to speak one word to their human-identified Uber driver, so they literally got military funding to make self-driving cars. To what end?
And just to counter you slightly...
Please.
It is a little bit gay guy coded to be like, I'm driving.
Well, okay, yes. You're...
Like, there is something to being like, let's just see.
Totally.
But I know what you mean. There's also a personal touch there.
Of course. There's a personal touch. Yeah. Okay, what was your other one?
Okay, my other one is, everything I do is controversial because I push
Obviously.
buttons. Menswear.
So menswear is straight is the contention. People are scared.
People are waiting with bated breath.
Yeah.
I
Are you
feel
guys
like,
okay?
Yeah, are you choking? Are you guys choking on your tenders right now?
People are taking off their Evan Kenori jackets and throwing them in the trash. All right. Context, Eva? No. Go ahead.
I think menswear is like, okay, so clothes are gay guy. Everyone knows this.
Obviously.
But gay guys know that, like, clothes matter when a woman wears them.
Right.
Like, that's fashion.
Yeah.
Like, when a man, like, there's this thing happening with menswear where it's like almost being like, I can take care of myself. In fact, I don't need anyone. And,
Yeah.
And it's
also,
like turning into this like armor of like $1,000 watches.
It's also, by the way, let women have one thing. They can't have fashion. Now you're doing fashion for men? I would say it's incel coded, if anything.
I 100% think so.
Quite literally. It's literally like, I like clothes because I can't find a woman. That is the root of menswear. Yeah, are they, by the way, they're also, okay, first of all, when women dress for other women, that is, we're going to go ahead and say sleigh boots. When a man dresses for another man, it's like, how about you go to therapy?
There's something, I can't elaborate, but militaristic about it.
Of course.
And it is like, when you see like a stylist dressing a woman, and it's a gay man, he always looks horrible. That's by design.
Yes, no, that's by
because
design.
he knows that his clothes do not matter.
Yeah. You have to be egoless.
You have to forget who you are and lose yourself in the textures.
Yeah.
And the vibrant hues.
Yeah, it's also like develop any other hobby. You know what I mean?
Of course. I always agree with you.
Hold on. I'm looking at my list. Okay, so my other one was gonna be Sheryl Sandberg. Because just to go with the Mark Zuckerberg, because guess what? You know what? You know who we haven't heard from in a while? Sheryl Sandberg. Where the hell is she? Does anyone know?
She's actually here.
Shouldn't this be her moment?
I could have been right. I was right before. Can you do? George did an incredible impression.
No, I wasn't doing an impression. She has the perfect tone where she's like, on the one hand, being so like, so the way this is going to work, so what we did with this product is we wanted everyone to be empowered to talk to their cousin if they wanted to, but also, of course, if you want to set off a bomb and for it to go off in the Middle East, you can do that as well. And so she is able to like add a sort of like, I would say, professorial auntie vibe to describing, let's say, mass murder, you know? And I think that's what you have to look for in an executive.
Of course.
But the point is now, she's completely disappeared.
Well, George, why can't she? Because she's a woman?
Yes. Context diva, is her behavior approved or no?
Still determining.
Oh.
Wow. That's a first.
Bureaucracy is getting
Bureaucracy
involved
is huge.
in the context diva role.
Okay. I sort of want to do the Bush era thing that we were talking about.
You have to remind me.
Okay, so we were saying, you know, obviously
memory.
we're about to enter another Trump era, so we were like, which disgusting parts of the last time conservatism was endemic are going to come back? And I was saying, I think spring break / Girls Gone Wild culture is going to make a comeback. But this time, it's going to be, talk about contextless, like it's going to be so confusing whether it's empowering or not. Like, the Girls Gone Wild version today is going to be run by a, like, burnt tan woman from Florida who's, like, a billionaire.
Yeah. No, it's going to be, like, unfortunately, my mom is going to sort of be like, I think it's cool. She's going to be like, I think it's cool what they're doing. And I think women should be allowed to express themselves.
Yeah, and then guess what? In the next Trump administration, that woman is going to be ambassador to the UN. Thoughts?
I think this is 100% genius.
Yeah.
Sometimes it scares me when you predict things because they will come true.
I mean, do you remember when I predicted aerobics was going to make a comeback, and then literally Jane Fonda is doing it for Meta? Did you guys know this?
Which of you signed off on that?
By the way, where's her statement? She's still working with Zuck? Wow, Hanoi Jane, they called her. I'm right wing. All right, should we get the show started? What do you think?
Yeah, what do we think? Should we get the show started?
Oh my God, I have to say, we have two guests that I'm incredibly excited by. But, well, I was about to say both Bay Area.
Well, mediumly excited.
No, that's not what I was about to say. Both Bay Area natives. We did find out one of them is a Bay Area native. One of them has lived here since 2009, which, to my mind, counts.
I think it counts.
So I think this is a hometown glory style show. And of course, I'm a hometown native because I worked at Facebook in 2013. So, you know, we all get it here.
Yeah, I'm hometown. I was here for a wedding 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, please get a Waymo. I'll meet you there. Our first guest, you are going to absolutely go hog wild for him. He is, in fact, doing his own podcast show, Endless Honeymoon, tomorrow at 4 p.m.
As part of this festival.
As part of this festival, even. Please start clapping now. Give it up for Moshe Kasher!
Wow, grab a chair, grab a mic.
Where is she? Where's the queen?
Context diva. Context diva.
I just had to contextualize who you are. Nice to see you.
Wow.
How's it going?
Are you inspired by the context diva
what
discourse?
do you think?
I mean, it was really psychedelic. It was really cool. Yeah.
Any thoughts about any of the amazing points we've made so far?
I thought you both were charming and killed.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, that was really the scuttlebutt up in the green room. Is these two boys are killing right now.
Wow. I will say it didn't go quite as well as it did with our Uber driver today, but we still appreciate all the laughs, y'all.
I didn't love the points you made about menswear, but other than that,
You know, I was thinking that as we were saying it, I was like, you are clearly someone who dresses well and likes how you dress. Like,
I wouldn't consider myself an incel per se.
No, as I was saying it, I said I could see you sort of backstage hovering, and I said,
No,
Yeah, I saw the glimmer of that knife. in your
no,
pocket.
it's just I'm not
I said,
an
he's
incel.
probably on Reddit right now.
No, because like I fuck my wife.
No,
You know
totally,
what I mean?
totally.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
I'll be like, bow, bow, mother of my child.
This
Damn.
is so cool.
I love
Yeah.
this.
I'm just trying to bring really kind of like dick swinging straight energy
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
stage
yeah.
right now.
Well,
Yeah,
and
well, if there's anything that's dick swinging, it's a Japanese cardigan and crossing your legs like that.
damn. Got his ass.
Shit.
So,
Well, I just wanted to say that I brought it up because menswear was close to me, and the siren song always calls, and I always say, "Stop it! I don't want to be a part of this world."
Oh, you wanna dress?
Sometimes it.
I don't
want to
say better, but you want to dress better.
I think we
I want
both
to dress.
do.
We both.
do.
It calls to us, but I know it's bad.
I think for us, menswear is like if we were evangelical Christians, menswear would be porn. Like we want it so fucking bad, but we think it's immoral.
Can I tell you something gay
Please.
Would love that.
straight about porn that happened to me very recently, like
Sure.
last night, and it involves my wife, who I'd be fucking on a regular basis.
Fuck, man. Seriously. Fuck.
She, I think it might have been last night actually, was like, we were talking about something, and she was like, and that's why you exclusively jerk off to gay porn?
Oh.
That's what she said to me. And I go,
Did she mean lesbian porn?
no.
Oh, okay.
And I said, what? And I guess early in our relationship, I told her that I have jerked off to gay porn, and she assumed that was the exclusive content. We're married 10 years.
That's wild.
And she thinks that that's the only pornography that I consume.
She is so accepting.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you would think it would be a fucking red flag. It's basically you, babe, and then it's gotta be men exclusively. Like, you are gay. You are a gay man.
Maybe she thought she turned you.
I guess.
Oh, that's cool. Did you feel like, was it hard to dispel this rumor without seeming defensive?
No.
Yeah, you don't want to be
not at
homophobic.
all, actually, dog. Because it's like No, it was so confusing to me that she had taken one small detail and superimposed it over what I would say is a nightly hobby of mine.
Jerking off to gay porn.
Yeah, well, just general.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would
So
s-
what percentage are we talking is gay?
Yeah.
Wait, what percentage?
What percentage of the porn you jerk off to is gay?
It's just the one time I mentioned my wife.
Okay,
No, I would say
I'm hearing
10. I would go-
50%.
I would go 10.
Okay.
I would go 10.
And can I ask, this is, by the way, I'm so glad you brought this to us. What is it about it? What is context, diva? Hear me out. What is the context here?
Well, what do you mean? What's the context? I got a
just mean-
boner and
Yeah, like-
lotion. I'm
Sure.
horny.
That's fair.
Sure.
Fair.
No, actually, now that we're bringing this up, it is my topic.
Okay, wait. Okay,
Jer-
so you said you had a bunch of topics.
No, this is my topic. Jerking off to gay porn is straight.
yours-
Is what
oh.
no, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I fully believed you.
What's the content? Why you're saying?
I guess what I mean is,
Yeah, try to tap into your inner sexuality. What's speaking to you about it?
here's what I love about this, and this is actually very dick swinging of you. I'm asking you, what is the context of you jerking off to gay porn? And you're like, what the fuck do you mean? Here you are talking about jerking off to gay porn.
You're like, what's the issue?
Yeah, which I love.
I would say the context is I am an aficionado
Sure.
of all porn.
Of all porn,
And it's
yeah.
all
All
hot
porn.
to me.
Yeah.
And- well, not all. There's one category that I don't fuck with, obviously. That's interracial. But no, I just I once in a while I'm in a
Sure,
mood.
sure,
It's a
sure.
picadillo, you know?
Wow, all right.
I would say
I love that.
I'm 10% gay, 10% trans, 80%
Just
meat
good
and
old
potatoes.
fashioned meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Wow. Well, that was really amazing. Thank you for talking about
Yeah,
that.
give it up
you.
for Moshe.
Thank you for
Yeah,
everybody.
that was
opening
vulnerable.
this space. Thank you for opening this queer space
No,
for me
Yes,
to,
of course.
Listen,
I guess, come out, I guess?
Yeah.
Honey, I'm seeing the headlines already.
I love it. To come out and immediately be like, my wife thinks I only jerk off to gay porn. The fuck is her problem, bitch?
Well, where else than
true, that's
StraightioLab
true, that's
am I
true.
going to admit this?
Okay, Moshe.
I'm Moshe.
Moshe, we heard that you actually came with not one topic, but several that you wanted to run by
Well,
us.
it wasn't even that. It was that I was struggling
Yeah.
with my sexuality
Of course, we know.
to come up with every topic that I came up with as uber straight immediately felt gay again. And you said that that's an ongoing theme on
That'll
the show.
happen.
It's
yeah,
a problem.
I mean, at first I thought about like my hobby, which is surfing, and then I'm like, actually, there's nothing gayer than surfing. You know, it's like you put on like a skin tight rubber suit with your buddies, and then you all lay face down, and you get really excited when there's a big swell. You know, like
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me go really straight, UFC, and I was like, okay, I don't. That's as gay as anything is.
yeah.
Then I was like, okay, how about like fingering? It only took me a few moments to realize the flaw in my logic, and a few memories from the cache on my computer. And then I was like, well, how about like cum? Cum's pretty straight,
Ooh,
right?
I love
yeah,
that.
it like
yeah, yeah.
It shoots. You
Yes,
know, it's like
yes.
brah, brah, brah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's violent.
It blasts. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's straight.
If you're
it's-
lucky.
It's
It
white.
stains.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's straight. It's white. It's male. you know?
Wow.
But I finally landed on intimacy workshops.
Love it.
This is so huge.
Because I went to one 2 weeks ago with my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so cool.
Actually, it was more of a porn detox than an intimacy. No, it wasn't. It was a real intimacy workshop, and we noticed that. And this is I'm noticing already that there's a bit of a slant towards gay men on this show. Would we say?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, we used to try to be more inclusive. I think we've sort of given up recently.
I mean,
After the election.
Every couple was there were no gay male couples. There were 22 couples, and there were some lesbian couples, and the rest were straight couples. And Natasha and I were asking ourselves, where are the gay men? Where are they? And we were like, oh, they're probably like having fun or something somewhere.
So we can answer that for you. It's complicated. So, as we've said before on the pod, divorce is lesbian.
Right.
And staying together forever but being violently unhappy is gay guys.
Oh,
because they're all open. So if they're like, let's say you go home to your husband, you literally hate each other, can't stand each other, there's no reason to change anything because you're already having the sex you would be having otherwise. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're like, you come home, you throw your keys down, your husband says like, finally you're here. You pick your keys back up, you're going to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's actually
In a straight
awesome.
relationship, you just go, yeah, I'm here, and you sit down on the couch
Yeah.
and dig in. Now, what is straight? What's straight? Lesbian is divorce. Staying with somebody.
Straight somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, straight is like being moderately happy in your second marriage. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, well, I reached like, this is sort of the best I can probably get.
You're married. Are you both married?
Yeah.
No.
Sam is, engaged.
But in like an but in like an alternative way.
Sam is obsessed with being fully in the process of planning a wedding, but not saying that he's engaged. Sorry, am I calling you out?
No?
Do you call him your fiance?
Well, oh, God, no.
No.
How gauche?
That's too basic or something?
Yeah, what is he, a lesbian?
Yeah, so why weren't they there? They don't.
No, I think literally George is right. They're like they're like spending the money you spent on that to like go to Fire Island and hook up with as many people as they can.
Yes. Their therapy is having their intimacy workshop is literally fucking another guy.
Okay, I have pitched that to my wife so many times.
The thing is, it does help.
Yeah.
Does it?
Oh, actually, yeah.
Wait, you'll have a conflict with your partner and then go.
Well, when you're feeling a little bland and you're like, okay, it's time to mix it up. Like, who are we anymore? It's like, then you have sex with a third person and you're like, oh, that's who I am.
That's cool. See, I do that, but I keep it a secret from my wife.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why.
And
we're
that's
very-
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I want
This doesn't get You don't put this podcast out or anything. No. Okay.
I'm curious, like in this intimacy workshop, what were they getting up to? Like, because
I actually am also very curious.
There's an element of this that feels very LGBTQ plus, where it's like, so you're all getting horny together.
Oh, we weren't fucking each other.
So here's what Sam is referring to. It's like there are actually one of the reasons I will say you didn't see gay men there is because there are intimacy workshop adjacent things like that are like men only. There's a lot of like men only things that you don't hear about that are like sort of bathhouse adjacent culture.
Well, they'll phrase it like reconnect with your body.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a lingam covering or whatever.
Or it'll be like everyone is edging,
right?
But like there is also a psychoanalyst present.
I got it. He's the guy you come on, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You do watch gay porn.
We're starting to get it.
Can I by the way tell you? I don't know if this is weird. It's back to gay porn, but I was in a circle jerk when I was a teenager. With one gay man and a straight friend. Uh-huh. Everybody here is just like, okay, you're gay, Moshe. That's what's happening.
No, you're from Oakland.
It reads similar. Yeah. But it was in the 90s. This was in the 90s. And gay, I don't know if you remember this. Gay porn, they used to do multiple cum shots of the same cum. Like it would be a guy like, and then there would be another angle, and the same guy would have uncum.
Yes, they still do that.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar, yeah.
Do they not do that in straight porn?
No. No. We like cinema verite.
Okay.
You can't come twice.
Did someone just go, aw?
It was between an aw and an ew.
Context Diva has thrown out her notebook. She's like, they are hopeless. Okay, so, all right. But I do want to get into the specifics of what else happened at this workshop.
Okay. Well, it was conducted by an old hippie couple. And the man started... There was a lot of funny things that happened. But the man, he had a harmonium. Let's start there. Do you know what that is? It's like a cross between if an accordion was on psychedelic drugs, kind of. It's like a thing that you do this with, and then you play. And he would sing songs, and they were very bad.
I can see the eroticism in that. Yeah,
they were really bad songs, but they were kind of beautiful too. It'd be like, everybody, love, and he would say everybody before he had sung the whole song. So we'd be like, what do we? And they were very basic love hippie kind of like, loving is good, loving is God, you love, and we would all have to sing together. And then his wife was there. He was a psychiatrist and she was a psychiatric nurse. They'd been together 60 years. They were all over each other. Wow. Like constant touching, fondling. He mentioned the fact that he had cheated on her within 10 minutes of the beginning. And that was sort of the table setting. And then opening night, we went around the room and everybody said their biggest vulnerability. Everybody, and people we didn't know would say their biggest vulnerability, and that was really super intense. And once you got really vulnerable, after that, I kept thinking we were going to talk about fights that we were having, and it was really very positive stuff. It was like, what do you love about your partner? Your memories of when you first met them? And it was actually a super beautiful experience.
So this is so different than what I was expecting.
Same.
What did you think?
I'm like, so when does the porn come on?
Okay,
when do you start touching each other?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You thought it was a sexual intimacy workshop.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This was more of it was like it was therapy adjacent. It was like building intimacy with your partner.
I think I figured it out. Emotional intimacy is straight.
Well, yeah. I would say there's a spectrum, and it's like emotional intimacy is lesbian.
Yeah.
Straight is down the middle.
Right.
Zero emotional intimacy is gay guy.
Yeah, I think there's something to that.
Okay, here's my sort of first thought about this. The emphasis on positivity to me feels very straight. Because it feels like it feels like Upworthy videos. Like it feels like a cliche written.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like, guess what it is? It's literally love wins. Like, that's what you're doing. It's like you are saying we have issues, and someone's like, shh.
It was sponsored by the Lincoln Project, if that...
That would be iconic if the Lincoln Project sponsored intimacy workshops for lesbians.
not to be too sincere, but the dodging of conflict was its secret sauce. I thought, like I said, we were going there to like work on ways to fight better. And instead, we spent the weekend talking about how much we loved each other, which wasn't really the primary thing we were thinking about on the way up there. And it somehow changed the topic in such a way that it was really healing. And is this the content?
No, keep going.
Is this the format of your show? I had this like realization that you would be, and you as a married man, and you as a fiance. I was like, why wouldn't you do this once a year or once every 2 years? Do a tune-up. And tune-ups, I think we can all agree, very, very straight.
Well, again,
check the tires, babe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's part of straight culture that I really relate to, actually, is there's this thing, like, I remember one time, like, 5 years ago, my partner and I were arguing a lot. And
your fiance.
Shut up! My best guy and I were arguing quite a bit. And there was a moment where we were like, you know what? Let's just bury it. Like, let's actually not discuss it anymore. We're actually just going to be like, enough, moving on. And it helped so much.
Okay, so basically,
like, have you guys ever just like repressed?
You guys are literally rebranding WASP culture to make it more like Burning Man. Like, it's...
And I think that's genius.
Literally the opposite of intimacy is what that is.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Like, I'm getting really close to like an emotional truth for you. So what I'm going to do is suggest that you build a callus over it and we never revisit it.
I think it can be so empowering.
Well, here's what I'll say. What if the agreement to create a callus is the most intimate thing you could do at the end of the day?
Yeah. But by the way, that should have been my applause break. I just didn't bring it up quickly enough. That's how it felt. It felt like even through the corniness of the harmonium, even through the like the weird flakiness of this situation, showing up was like 80% of what this whole thing was. So basically, anyway, that's the reason I came on the show. I'm actually planning an intimacy workshop for gay men only.
Wow.
Yeah. And it basically what it is, you all stand in a circle, you stare at each other, you say your biggest vulnerability, and then you all just sort of ejaculate on me. Like that's...
And then you get to recreate some of Moshe's favorite videos.
No, that is the video.
Wow, well that sounds amazing.
All right.
Any final thoughts on an intimacy workshop?
I do have a final thought. This is for your audience. We're struggling. Our podcast tomorrow is struggling. We have sold 5 tickets. No, I'm joking. We're very popular, but we are doing a dating game segment. And there's a woman coming up that is going to do like classic dating game, Bachelor number 2, Bachelor number 3. She's queer, and we have 2 women, and we would love a man.
Ooh.
If there is a man that dates women in the audience, so you're like, I'm a man, but you thought I was just like, if there is a man.
The way that fingers started flying, as if there's only like one.
Come talk to me after the show. But any further thoughts on intimacy workshops? I honestly think if you're in a relationship, as corny as they are, it was one of the coolest things that I ever did. And it was really funny because there were couples in there. There was one couple that had been together 60 years, the people that were leading it. Another couple had been together 50 plus years, and the woman was in her last, I think, 2 or 3 months of life. And they were dedicating themselves to making those last 3 months intimate and loving. And I know that's getting right to that callus that you built over with your fella or your guy
Just
pal or whatever
sort of like
it is.
They should have gone to Berlin.
And then there were another couple was there. They were like, we've been together since May.
Oh yeah.
And they were just high on cocaine the entire time.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, give it up for Moshe Kasher, everybody.
Thank you.
Damn.
See you later.
That was amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
That was incredible.
That was
That was
groundbreaking.
electric.
That was electric.
The narrative to come out with like, haha gay porn, and then to end on love conquers all. I witnessed a 60-year relationship like reach its pinnacle in front of me, and then she died.
God, it would have been so great for the story if she died at the end.
I know.
That's too bad. Did you all learn something about intimacy?
Okay, I want to know, San Francisco, make some noise if you have been in anything that could be called an intimacy workshop.
That's a pretty good amount.
Okay. I would have thought more, maybe.
I want to say this thing keeps happening tonight where like there will be like this, it's sort of one of my favorite things is where there will be 3 people that go like this. And it actually sounds much sadder than if there was no applause.
It's true.
It is genuinely, when I hear that, I'm like, damn, like queer art a failure.
Wait, can I tell you something? This is so smart, actually, because guess what is like the sign of silence is crickets. It's not actual silence. Like there's something about.
Are you hearing this? Sometimes you can be louder than silence. Fuck.
Like actual silence isn't silence.
Damn, George, you are so smart. Wait, I also just confessed something.
Go.
When Moshe was doing the like fake straight guy hand slaps.
To you twice, to me 0 times. There was one time where he went like that and I literally didn't act fast enough and then the moment was over.
The way that I genuinely felt taken in, that was like
trust, he picked favorites. And it did not go unnoticed.
Well, maybe our next guest will also pick favorites, but the opposite way, so that we
Oh
can be
my
even.
God, let's hope so. You guys. Ew, I feel like I just sounded like Busy Phillips. You guys.
Which would be an honor to sound like Busy Phillips.
That's right. Or like Rachel Zoe. Okay, I'm dead about this next guest. I'm dead. I die.
This next guest, I'm gagging.
I die. This next guest, I literally die.
guest.
We met at the Met Gala in the bathroom. I was literally dead, and now I'm dead again.
You're my best friend. You're my fucking best friend now.
Anyway, so she is quite literally one of the smartest women alive, I want to say.
That's what they're telling me.
That is what I think she was voted smartest woman alive. She is an absolute legend and an icon. She has a memoir out called In the Form of a Question. Look at us promoting work.
You're so good at
I'm
this.
literally so good at promoting. Please give it up for Amy Schneider!
Yes, I am the smartest woman alive. That's true.
Yeah, congrats on that, by the way.
Yeah, because like definitely, knowing the capital of Liechtenstein, that's what smart means. Like, yeah, that's who I am.
Is the capital of Liechtenstein, or is that just Luxembourg?
That's Luxembourg.
Fuck!
Classic
I'm out.
trap.
That's a classic trap.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Liechtenstein's Vaduz.
Oh, of course. Well, that was going to be my second guess.
Yeah, of course it was.
Okay, Amy. First of all, how's it going?
Yeah, let's start there.
Let's start there.
Oh,
Dish.
You're still asking people how things are going at this
I know.
point in like the timeline of history. Yeah, things are going fantastic.
Oh, perfect. I'm so glad to hear it.
amazing.
We're so happy to have you. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
The
No,
vibes
this is
are
my new character. Go ahead.
No, please do it.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. No, things are going wonderful. I'm trans. I just got, this election just happened. And yeah, this is wonderful. I can't even fucking play college volleyball these days.
And we know, people don't know that your passion has always been college volleyball.
I know,
And
right?
you actually did Jeopardy because
You were hoping to
you were hoping to transition
Yeah.
to. That's the real transition is from
Yeah.
Jeopardy to college volleyball.
And now that's been forever taken away from me, apparently.
Damn.
That is
Yeah.
so sad.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
God.
So, Amy, did you bring a topic with you, and can you tell us what it is?
I mean, yes and yes. Right. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
amazing at my job today.
No,
by
that
the
was
way.
that was great.
Very well done. It was a struggle because I was like at a certain point dealing with there's the gay or straight spectrum,
Of course.
and then there's also the cis or trans spectrum.
Correct.
Right. Because a very cis thing to do is to divide things up into categories. So I had to like work through that, and then
If there's one thing we love, it's putting something in a box.
Right.
But can I tell you something? Theorizing about categories is trans.
I mean, yeah, you got me. You got me on that one.
Got her
Yeah.
ass. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of different ideas, but like, I felt like the one that somehow felt most appropriate to this venue is Colonizing Mars.
Got it. Colonizing Mars.
Colonizing Mars.
Yeah.
And what do you feel straight about that off the bat before
What
we
feels-
really get into it?
What feels straight about it to me is that like it is this idea that like Elon Musk specifically and a lot of other people have this idea that's like we're just gonna go to Mars and answers will happen. We'll figure out a way to do things there. Everything's gonna work out just fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm trans. Like, nothing works out. I can't even put on eyeliner. Like, I don't like.
Now you want me to do it in Mars?
Right.
What's the gravity even like there?
Yeah. No, I mean, but it is just this like bullish confidence.
Yes.
That like, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll go to Mars.
And I also think you're pointing to the idea of having a going big without thinking of the consequences or without thinking of the implications. It's like,
Right.
literally like, doesn't that sound cool? And that's reason enough to do it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It's the childishness.
The childishness.
It's the childishness because queer people have to grow up.
And specifically boyishness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something also, when people like get a really big house but like have nothing to put in it.
That is genius.
That
Sam.
is what Mars is to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yes, we could maybe get there.
Well,
and
I mean-
yes, maybe even live there, but what are we going to put there?
Well, I mean, exactly.
Next thing you know, you have
Exactly.
3 kitchen islands in your kitchen.
And it's literally like, how about you just clean your fucking room?
Right. This is my thing about like the Elon Musk of the world being like, oh, we need to be a multi-planetary society. Like, even that, like on the scale of the galaxy, it's like ants being like, oh, we need to also colonize the kitchen as well as the bathroom, and now we're like, doing it. No, we're still in this tiny little space.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll tell you what's on Mars. Nothing.
Right.
There is nothing there. But if you're straight, you just assume that something's going to turn up and be good for you. You're going to be like, oh, it turns out things worked out all right for me after all.
Yeah. There's also a way that thinking big, which is so privileged in straight spaces, is actually a defense mechanism against not wanting to focus on the small. So it's like Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. It's like, call your son.
Or call your daughter.
Or call your daughter. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Context Queen has a question.
Oh! The context diva has spoken.
speaks. Okay, what is your question?
What is your question? We always do this with our context divas.
Is the American dream straight?
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, so we're just like...
So we
different
just-
topics.
So we're just saying whatever we
You know,
want.
let me tell you something. For a context diva, you sort of missed the boat on how this works. We can relate that to
Well,
Mars.
I think this is really valid. No,
You're absolutely right. And now I'm getting how you made the connection. It's like the American dream, of course. The American dream and also colonizing Mars, both built on infinite growth. It's like you can do anything.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, this is the thing too. Like, again, the trans thing, because like, as a white trans woman, I spent so much of my life in straight land, and I've lost my train of thought. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, these things that we're all the outcasts. We get put into these places. Wait, shit.
No.
Look, this is
I love this.
and we think we think your life is so glamorous as the smartest woman on earth, but there actually comes with side effects sometimes.
Sometimes you can have too many thoughts.
Yeah.
And
people don't talk about that. They
people
only
do
talk
not
about the
talk
glitz
that.
and the
People-
glamour.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't have too many thoughts right now, but what it is, like, things start out like the tech industry,
Yeah.
the American dream, America itself, all the outcasts end up out there. And all the outcasts are a combination of gays, straights, queers, and also assholes,
Sure.
right? And then what happens is, as it gets more powerful, all the gays, straights, and queers get filtered out, and you're left with just the assholes at the top. And that's what's happening with the tech industry right now, is that we're just left with the assholes.
Mm-hmm. But here's my question for you. You're saying initially America was outcasts, and then the assholes rose to the top?
Mm-hmm.
Are the people going to Mars? Is the issue with Mars is that it's not the outcasts going there? Oh my God. Okay, hold on. So the issue with colonizing Mars is that it's not people that are like, I'm so weird, they'll only get me on Mars. It's not that. It's actually
Right.
because it's not escaping to a safe space. It's literally colonizing a new place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, because it's like, because I chose this because I read like the Kim Stanley Robinson and Mars trilogy, and I loved that stuff. Yeah. See. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like, it used to be so promising, just like computers used to be so promising. You know, the internet used to be so gay, and it has gotten so straight. Because like that's what happens. You know, we've come along, all us weirdos have come out and done these new weird things, and then a bunch of it turns out some of us were just like, not weirdos, we're just like assholes with no constraints that are like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg and just want to like bang shit up and do shit.
What do you think appeals? So the assholes are the ones planning to go to Mars.
Yeah.
Fine. But then there are normal people who are excited by that proposition. What's going on psychologically there, would you say?
Well, I mean, we all wish
We could go to Mars.
we all wish we could go to Mars, right? We all wish we could have a clean slate and a fresh start. Obviously.
Yeah. Settle down with a nice alien.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I moved to Mars.
Yeah.
It's just called LA.
Here's a question. Women are from Mars, men are from Venus? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Who's from where? Who does what?
Who gets that reference? Okay. Was that context, Diva?
But the spirit took over.
Oh, that's her deputy.
Yes, the context diva has security.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question for you. Colonizing Mars is straight. However, sci-fi and space exploration in an ideal world should be queer.
Right.
So what is the solution? Like, how do we reclaim the idea of, you know, being enraptured by infinity?
This is such a tough question.
No, I think it's pretty easy, and there's a right answer.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is another like cis and trans thing. Like, you think there's an answer? Like, no.
Period.
No, like,
Yeah.
no, but it's like that. It is just an eternal cycle, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is always going to be like a bunch of us going out. Like, if you don't fit into society, you go out and find new societies that you might fit into.
Mm-hmm.
And that's queer, and that's cool, and that's great. Also, if you don't fit into society, maybe you're just a terrible person, you get like cast out. And if, I don't know. Consequences, I feel, is like the main issue here.
Yeah.
You know what I think would be
Consequences.
really powerfully LGBTQ plus?
What?
Getting stuck in space.
Haven't you seen that Matt Damon movie? He had to piss on the potatoes.
And what's not LGBTQ plus about that?
That's true. It is sort of kink positive piss play, I guess. If you think about it.
I'm a potato pig.
That's right. He's a potato pig. He's doing intermittent fasting. He has a very strict diet.
I mean,
He looks
sustainability.
snatched as hell.
I think there's something about the wanting when you're like, I'm mostly thinking of the film Gravity, but when you are Sandra Bullock and you are stuck in space, you're LGBTQ plus.
Oh, you mean stuck literally like rotating?
yeah, and you're like, how the hell am I gonna get home?
Yeah.
By the way, if you're in orbit, of course that's queer. But if you're on Mars, that's straight.
Yeah, that's like you're buying property, and it's like enough.
No, the most queer you can be is Sandra Bullock just being like, whoa.
When I saw that, I was like, I feel so seen.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and also while we're on space,
Yeah.
I mean, have we already discussed whatever Pluto's up to?
Wait, you're the person to ask.
Yes.
What the hell is Pluto
Yeah,
up
what
to?
the hell is Pluto up to?
I mean, it is a big chunk of rocks that is out there in the universe.
Yeah.
This, again,
It's a chunk of multiple rocks?
yeah.
I thought it was one.
See, this is again the cis trans thing because it's like,
Oh.
who cares whether it's a planet or not? Pluto is Pluto.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Y'all.
Yes.
Pluto is just Pluto.
Pluto is just Pluto.
I'm really understanding what's going on here, which is, I think it is, Mars exists, okay?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
It is, it is cis to try to bring it to human terms.
Yeah.
Would you say that's
Yeah.
accurate?
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, that's nice.
it's like, okay, Mars, right?
You know what's another LGBT thing would be to go to Mars and instantly die. Because you met it where it's at.
That's right. Yeah.
You said, I see you, thank you, I'm dead.
Right, it's like your fault. What do humans do here? Oh, not live.
Not
Yeah.
live.
Okay. I
Right.
see. All right.
Which is also, yeah, I mean, where this comes in as a lesbian, like that, like factors in as well. I was thinking with your like divorce and because divorce is the lesbianist thing of all. It's
Well,
like,
of course.
oh, yes. Oh, we both hate each other. Let's drag this out for years. Yeah. I think the straight thing is having a mistress. I think that's the.
Oh my God! Of course,
Oh.
yes, that is of course the straight thing. The straight
Yeah,
thing is having a
yeah, yeah.
mistress, and lesbian. I mean, lesbians sometimes get divorced without even getting married first.
Yeah. That is real truth. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a
And
movie.
that's actually an even bigger form of intimacy. Sometimes on a first date, they'll be like, "Want to get divorced?"
God, I wish we could go into a big legal battle.
Ooh, yeah. Well,
So you see my Grindr profile. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm feeling like I understand.
yeah. No, I actually. But guess what? Is understanding cis?
No.
No. Okay.
That would be such a funny
She's
take.
like, "No, sweetie.
oh, sweetheart.
Oh, sweetie, no.
You have been out of this area for a long time.
He's simple." Okay, well, give it up for Amy Schneider, everybody. Give it up again for Moshe Kasher! Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Can I do 2 quick updates?
Oh, please.
Please.
I didn't give my final takeaway from intimacy workshops.
Oh, no.
And I thought about it in the story. And there is a very cute bi man in the audience who has DM'd me and is down to do the dating game tomorrow. So I feel like
That's huge.
it couldn't be huger.
Yeah, and what's his name? Because he actually should get kicked out. You're not supposed to be on your phone. Be here with us, please. Moshe's not going anywhere.
But okay, my takeaway that I forgot to say, my real takeaway, because I was so busy trying to get this bi male representation, which thank you for participating, is that that when you're in a relationship and when comes back to even what everybody's been saying about how hellish the world is. When you're in a relationship, not just with another person, but with this hellish world. You get into this grind of life where negativity is the only thing that will raise you out of your stupor in order to focus on actually engaging. That's why we go to therapy, because we're so miserable. That's why you go to an intimacy workshop, because you've been fighting so much with your partner. And my big takeaway was we never take a pause to do something intentionally positive. And that was like a giant shift in my relationship and in my relationship with the world. And I think as you go to your fiance,
My guy.
and
My guy,
everybody,
my
but
bro.
even if you're single, taking time in your life to say, I'm going to set a date to do something that is infused with positivity. It's a huge shift, and it's changed my relationship, and it can change your life too, and it is the straightest thing you can do.
Wow. Wow, incredible.
That's nice to say, but Moshe, we are an anti-gratitude podcast.
Okay, sorry.
Moshe, you would.
I am on a lot of MDMA right now. I should have said that for context.
Moshe, you would love the album Radical Optimism by Dua Lipa.
It's quite a rich text when you really dive into it.
Well, I think it might be time to do our first segment.
I think it is. Guess our first segment is called Straight Shooters. And in this segment, we're going to ask you a series of rapid-fire questions, basically this thing or this other thing, to gauge your familiarity with and complicity in straight culture. The only rule is you can't ask a single follow-up question or we will be so upset.
Go ahead.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Squad. AI or gay guy?
Gay guy?
AI is a gay guy if you ask enough questions.
Wow. That's tea, actually.
Yeah, spilled.
Okay. Rejecting the TikTok ban or premiering at Cannes?
Premiering at Cannes.
Yeah, I mean, we're both 45. It's going to be premiering at Cannes. TikTok has nothing for us.
Okay. Being lost in music or getting sloshed in Munich?
I'm a Jew, so I'm going to go ahead and not do Munich.
Oh, I was going to say being sloshed in Munich, but it's just a dream. I haven't achieved it yet.
Well,
The first step is dreaming.
first step is dreaming. First step Munich, next step Mars. Okay. Ethical polyamory or congressional gerrymandering?
Whoa.
I hate them both so much.
Yeah.
I guess ethical polyamory.
No, they're both
yeah,
really bad.
Yeah.
They're tough.
And actually rampant in this state.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with unethical polyamory.
Oh, a third option.
God, I love that.
You're saying neither.
Oh no, I will settle on ethical polyamory. I have
Everyone always does.
I have been to an orgy. I get it. I know.
Okay.
Woo! The most unexcited anyone who has ever been to an orgy has ever sounded.
Everybody here. This is San
Everybody here has
Francisco.
been.
Everybody here has been to a boring orgy.
And the only person who hasn't is that bi boy that's about to be in one tomorrow.
Okay. Donald Trump's inauguration or Forrest Gump's jog through the nation?
Forrest Gump's jog through the nation. Yeah.
I'm going to go with I just really respect intellectual fortitude, so I'm going to go with Forrest Gump as well.
Okay, great. Control, Alt, Delete, or lather, rinse, repeat?
Oh.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
Control Alt Delete, because
Oh, wow.
wouldn't it be nice to Control Alt Delete a lot of things that have happened recently?
right.
Think about
Preach. Okay. Sex positivity or next, you're not for me.
Sex positivity. Bay Area, come on.
that. I think we've established that I'm ashamed of my own sexuality, so it's going to be next, not for me.
And finally, The Princess Bride.
Done, Princess Bride.
Yeah, no, I agree. Second, yeah, done.
But read it, just in case.
Or The Christ, He Died.
That does not affect my
That
answer
does not
at
affect
all.
your answer.
No,
Wow, okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I do not think that means what you think it means.
Okay.
Wow.
Excuse me?
As you wish.
It's a line from the movie The Princess Bride.
Thank you. Yes.
I was so scared you were about to be a shooter.
You think that's how it happens? They just burst into a high school. As you wish.
That was so scary. I was like, what is this code?
I'm bi. You know?
Wait, you think that school shooters are Ren Fair cosplayers?
I mean, you have to admit, if they're shooting at school, there's going to be some drama.
That's the one thing about school shooters. They are addicted to the drama.
Literally.
Yeah. No, my younger brother was like gothy emo kid when Columbine happened. And he was like, I am just being goth and dramatic. I'm not about to kill everyone.
Yeah.
But everyone was like, oh, you draw weird pictures in your notebook. And he was so devastated.
God. Your brother was literally being like, I'm not dramatic.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone's saying I'm dramatic.
Yeah.
Well, that was an incredible performance. I think we rate our guests on a scale of 1 to 1,000 doves, and I think you both hit 988.
I agree.
All right.
Okay, we have to keep things moving, you guys, because it's literally 3 a.m. my time. So our final segment is a segment we like to do at all our live shows called Is She There Yet? And I will explain the story behind it, and then we'll get to it. So our dear friend, past guest of the podcast, Celeste Yim, many years ago, they were at the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF if you're in the industry, and they were at the premiere of the Grace Jones documentary. And then afterwards, there was a talkback with the director, and the director was saying something along the lines of, they don't make icons like Grace Jones anymore. There's no icons anymore. And someone in the audience said, what about Janelle Monáe? And the director said, she's not there yet.
She's not there yet.
Now, we've never commented on whether or not we agree on that, and we never will.
We never will.
Especially in San Francisco, not to be a bitch. But from that story, the game Is She There Yet was born. It's quite simple. We're going to show you a series of people, places, things, and we're going to basically all have a really open and honest intimacy-building conversation.
You know I like that shit.
And they're going to be, they're going to be Bay Area themed, I would say.
Well, of course.
So, first slide. San Francisco legend Nancy Pelosi. Is she there yet?
Is she there yet?
She's so close, you guys. She's so close.
One wrong step,
Yeah, she just took one wrong step. What do you think?
No. I've met her.
You've met her?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
God, I love this town.
You were
didn't-
sworn to secrecy.
I never met her, but I met her husband late one night at their house. That was me.
That was after the intimacy workshop.
That's right.
You're like, I have all this negativity. I need to take it out
Right.
someone.
I think I'm going to say, I hate to say it, she looks so happy in that photograph, which was taken many months ago. I am going to, it seems like the consensus is no.
She's not there yet, I guess.
Next slide.
Next slide.
San Francisco legend Gavin Newsom, seen here on the cover of the Nob Hill Gazette.
No.
He is there. I cannot get over the fact that he used to date Kimberly Guilfoyle. And that Donald Trump Jr. now dates Kimberly Guilfoyle. And they look like the same guy, but if one of them went to Slytherin.
I completely agree with you, Moshe. My political views aside, I think he is, that is the face of someone who is there.
Well,
It's like-
I even think
What?
the way that he starts a conversation implies how there he is.
That's right.
He's there, and by there we mean in the vagina of his best friend's wife. Like, that's how there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, he is there as the avatar of, he's, Nancy Pelosi is over. He is the next generation of Democratic failure.
Exactly. Yes.
He is if Nancy Pelosi took the substance.
He. Very
Okay.
nice.
All right.
He's there. He's there as in at a Michelin star restaurant during a pandemic. He's there.
All right,
next slide.
Mark Zuckerberg version 2.0.
Is she there yet?
So he unveiled this new version. It hasn't been beta tested yet. What do we think?
No. I think you guys are misunderstanding the question. It's not, are they good?
No, you're
It's,
absolutely right.
have they arrived? And he's definitely
You
arrived.
think this is the final version?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Darth Zuckerberg is among us.
Yeah.
He's so... we should have seen it coming when he displaced all people in Maui for his mansion. He's there.
I'm going to, respectfully disagree because here's the thing. He's trying to do this whole thing, but dude, look at your face. Look at your hair. This is not a thing you can become.
Right.
This is just not possible.
I think you're so right. I think there's something so this is the first day after Christmas break and he's wearing all his new clothes. And it's you have to slowly roll these things out.
Totally. Yeah, you're absolutely
And
right.
it's like almost implies like in a year he'll be something completely different. Like next year he's going emo. Like we don't know.
He definitely went to like a beta male workshop at the same place I went with the same harmonium guy. That's like, you can be alpha, bro.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and you guys took completely different things out of that.
So sorry. Are you guys mad at George?
Okay, next slide. Microclimates. Is she there yet?
I mean, she has been there in the Bay
Yeah.
Area.
Like, yeah, but
We've
has
been
she made
doing
national
microclimates
impact?
this whole time.
I do. I mean, it's sort of like she's there, she's here. Where is she? It's a little bit like.
I think microclimates are like an alt girl.
Yeah. They're Caroline Polachek.
But even like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. What do you think?
I do not know what a microclimate is.
As a Bay Area native to this day,
We didn't talk about things like that back then. This
you're
is
absolutely
this
right.
is a gentrifier's term.
you're absolutely right. It did suddenly.
Because this is where we revealed Moshe is the actual native.
Yes.
I'm the one that only moved here in 2009. Moshe doesn't know what a microclimate is the same way that fish don't know what water is. Like that's just what it is out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh. So sort of no. Everyone's
Yeah.
saying no.
All right.
I guess what I'm really saying is, what is a microclimate?
Do you all want to say it in unison? Whenever I come to this damn town, everyone's like, well, it's because of the microclimate.
Well, I do actually think it is kind of a gentrifier's term, because similarly to what happened to Oakland, where all of a sudden they were creating out of whole cloth neighborhoods I'd never heard of before, like this here is Knob Pilly-Will. You not heard of that neighborhood? This is also a phenomenon. Maybe this was just rain when I was growing up.
Totally. And
Well,
I
no,
actually think it goes back to your point about categorization. Like cutting up a city into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces is heteroizing it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I remember having lived out here for a while, flying to New York, staying at a place that was in like Brooklyn or Queens or something, and being like, well, I'm going to Manhattan tomorrow, and checking my weather app and being like, no, what's the weather in Manhattan going to be like tomorrow? And then realizing, oh no, this isn't the Bay Area. It's just going to be the same weather kind of everywhere all around. Whereas here, you had to do that. So that's microclimates.
It sounds like she's on her way.
She's still finding her voice.
She's finding her voice. Next
slide.
slide. Microdosing.
Fucking.
Now,
Is she there
I just
yet?
want to say, I made this. I just thought Jared Leto has the vibe of microdosing.
Oh,
I've
100%.
never read anything about.
I thought that was Russell Brand, man. And she's there. Russell's there.
Russell
in the arms
is
of
there.
Christ. She's
Oh, yeah,
there.
he's doing amazing.
So what do we think?
Microdosing.
Microdosing.
I mean, yeah. How do you think I did so well on Jeopardy?
Do they drug test you for Jeopardy?
No.
That's an amazing detail, actually.
Yeah.
Were you high for real?
Will they take away the money if you say yes?
I spent it, so I hope not. Not in my original run, but maybe for some of the later tournaments, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Well, now you're a star. There's more pressure.
Yeah.
You're
no,
like,
exactly.
you're like,
I just
what
got-
is anything, man?
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Thanks.
Okay, so yes.
So yes.
All right, next slide.
She's there. Next slide.
Microaggressions.
I think she's gone. I think was there
Yeah.
5 years ago.
I think you're absolutely right.
I think we're
Yeah.
post microaggressions.
We're post
Yeah.
microaggressions.
Nobody needs to bother with them anymore.
Yeah.
It's just aggressions.
Yeah.
It's so
just
iconic to be
aggressions.
four white people being like, we're post microaggressions.
Damn.
They don't matter anymore, man.
Yeah, but we kind of ate with that.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Okay,
Apple
Apple
Watches.
Watches.
Well, Apple Watches does bring us back to my hobby of surfing.
Of course.
Because Tesla finally has integration with Surfline.
Finally.
And and I can open it, and I do drive a Tesla because I support what the CEO does politically.
Needless to say.
And so it's very for me personally in my microclimate. She's there.
Wow. Any thoughts?
I mean, to me, no. Like, I mean, that's my own perspective. Every time I see somebody like do something with their Apple Watch, I'm always surprised.
I agree.
I'm
I
always
agree.
like, oh,
Whenever
they're still out there. Okay,
Whenever I
all
see
right.
an Apple Watch, like I get filled with like a sadness. Like I feel like I'm watching like a space shuttle not quite take off. Because there's something so like, oh, you almost have us.
Yeah.
I know, and I don't mean to make this political, but for you to even mention space shuttles not taking off after I mentioned my CEO Lord and Savior, I just that was a bit of a microaggression.
No, thank you for calling me in. I appreciated it.
And this is now microaggressions are only towards white men. Okay. Next slide.
Next slide.
High-tech bike to work pants.
Is she there yet? Who has them?
Who has them?
Who has them?
Where's the bisexual guy? I'm sure all his clothes are high tech.
Oh, you know, they have little vents everywhere.
Bisexuals love wearables.
Publish that. Context diva.
Publish that in the San Francisco Chronicle. What do we think?
I'm sure they're there.
They're there. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess they're
Yeah.
on top of a bike.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think so. They're both they're great because it's like a day to night outfit. They're like both pre and post apocalypse ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
They what I
Yeah,
love,
but not pre or post sex ready.
Woo! Get them.
what I have enjoyed about men's fashion in the last 10 years is that it has shifted from structure to comfort. And I
Yes.
feel like I spent a decade suffering in Red Wings and structured jeans. No offense at all. But now there are vents. Now there's wind blowing through it. She is there.
Wow. Okay.
all right.
She's there. Next slide.
Next slide. Hate Ashbury hippies. Are they gonna make a comeback?
I mean,
Hello?
Hello?
yeah,
Yeah.
they are in Oakland.
Right. They're just not in the hate.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if this answers your question, but I saw one of the craziest street fights I've ever seen in my life on hate. It was all it was the kids that lived in, there used to be a housing project at the bottom of Haight, and it was those teenagers versus the like hemp homeless, you know? And literally the wizards were throwing they were fighting with staffs and they were throwing quartz at the people. I'm not joking. Like there was hemp weaponry, and honestly, the hippies won that afternoon. I'd never seen anything like it in my life, and it was a bit of a microdose.
So
Wow.
they're there and they're out for blood.
Be
Next
careful,
slide.
y'all. Next slide.
Public nudity. Is she there yet?
If she was, I would be nude right now.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't mind public nudity,
Yeah.
but I did have a friend staying with me recently. We went surfing, and he doesn't wear underwear, and we were getting changed, and he changed very boldly with like children about, and I was like, you're allowed to not wear underwear and be that guy, but you can't force everybody to be that guy with you.
Yeah, that's where it gets really complicated.
I'm
So
sorry I made it
you're sort of one of these like
You're like
no
my,
kink at pride.
You're like my surfer. You're like surfers are grooming our children.
There's children out there.
Well, I'm a no kink.
My Christian wife might be okay with me watching gay porn, but she's not okay with someone whipping their cock out on the beach.
I'm a no kink at Pride because I work for Pepsi and we're sponsoring it this year.
Wow.
No,
and that, brings us to our final segment. Thank you, Pepsi.
Yeah, where everyone actually says thank you, Pepsi. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you,
You,
Pepsi.
You're welcome.
Do you have any final thoughts about public nudity?
Well, I guess I just wanted to say sometimes I think I'm so chill when it comes to public nudity, and then I see like a nude family, and I'm like, stop it. Like when I meant I was okay with public nudity, I meant gay guys.
Yeah, and in my apartment.
Yeah, like not like dad and son. Like stop.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Well. All right. I think next slide. I think that was the last. All right.
Wow.
Wow, that was our show, you guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Give it
much.
up one more time for Moshe Kasher and Amy Schneider.
Thank you so
We
much.
love
really
you. Thank you,
appreciate
San
it.
Francisco. Goodbye.
Bye. StraightioLab is a production by Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network and iHeart Podcasts.
Created and hosted by George Civeris and Sam Taggart.
Executive produced by Will Ferrell, Han Sani, and Olivia Aguilar.
Co-produced by Bei Wang.
Edited and engineered by Adam Avalos.
Artwork by Michael Fales and Matt Grubb.
Theme music by Ben Kling.